Yeah. And Rick's taking, vibe maker. Open app, I ain't praying. I just laugh at the line they laying. All the models, numbers, charts. I just feel it in my heart, then I spray it. Big hit, that's a Hail Mary pick. They shook, I'm just calm with the click. Talk stats, they quote when they sermon. I'm scrolling for that Raw Street German. Dirty Don trying to slide in the squad. Bad karma, that boy too hard. Seen too many red cards, late bands. I don't let that touch my hands, but Wilson, man, that boy my cousin. Rain on his boots, let's start buzzing. Folding in the half space, ice cold face, 2 taps, whole rank start jumping. Yeah. I'm the king of the green arrow. Climbing up the ranks, off vibes, not hero. Check graphs, I just trust my marrow. Every risky pick, turn to gold, play the pharaoh. I'm the king of the green arrow. Hit that cap, holy, go narrow. Chase trends, I'm ahead like tarot. D-unit crown on the app, that's factual. Group chat blowing, they panic. Crown on a blank, that's tragic. They blame some spreadsheet spirit. I blame that fear they inherit. I bet you swear as a lock. I start the kid fresh off the block. While Wilson, they type in caps. Next day, they watch the breaks on a recap. Why folding, you ask too much. Light on his feet, got the velvet touch. Ghost in the box, appeared and vanished. That's real magic, they can't brandish. D-unit don't run from the smoke. I roll dice where your algo choke. You see risk, I see throne room doors. One right call, I'm 10 floors above yours. I'm the king of the green area. Climbing up the ranks, all fives, not hero. Check graphs, I just trust my marrow. Every risky pick, turn to gold, play the pharaoh. I'm the king of the green area. Hit the cap, whole league go narrow. You chase trends, I'm ahead like tarot. D-unit crown on the app, that's factual.
Hello and welcome to the Gameweek 29 deadline stream. And I tell you what, I've just woken up and I've just read the news and my team needs probably to make some changes. There was no good news at all. So it's still Flag City. Haaland is still under a cloud of doubt from what I can read. Wilson is exactly the same. Mukiele's obviously going to be missing. Wirtz is obviously going to be missing. I have some issues. I have some real issues. I think that's the best way of describing it. And I'm actually going to have to make a change today. I don't actually know where I'm going to go. I didn't actually want to have to do anything. FYI, I've just started the timer. Hopefully that looks all right. Let me have a look. Let's quickly get on there. Let's hope that is done something there. Let's press that. All right. Hello. Good evening, chat. Oh, good morning in this case. I was so hoping for something. I've been given nothing. Why is it doing that? What's it doing here? All right, looks good. All right, sweet. I'm keeping Haaland, no point selling him. Yeah, I'm hoping. I don't think I want to. Oh my God, there goes my alarm. I thought I was going to sleep through that this morning. So you need to replace him with premiums. No good premiums, might as well keep Haaland. Yeah. Happy Tuesday to everyone. 5 flagged. FPL Andy is killer as vice captain. Lol. Oh mate, he's just taking the piss. Need some get me in the mood. Oh mate. There's no way. He's just full of crap, that man. I don't have a Katike show. Buy him for Robot. Good morning from Lakeland, Florida. Today's my birthday. Happy birthday, Kevin. Happy birthday, mate. Best 7 million or lower midfield. I already have Sade and Sabods. I don't want Dango. Honestly, I was going to say Wilson, but he's flagged, isn't he? This is the news, right? I'm just going to read it out for what it is. It's not overly helpful. So this is what was said about Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw. We're hoping so. We're working towards it. They weren't feeling too good. They've still got a bit of time to the game, and we'll just see how they feel. We'll obviously give them every chance. It was an injury. They just both weren't feeling too good. That's very. I mean, Michael Carrick's just as unhelpful as Mikel Arteta. On Harry Wilson, Marcos more from Silver on Team News. Joachim Anderson will be back 100% sure. Who gives a crap? He's a sell anyway. Harry Wilson is one of the players we have to keep assessing. Let's see. That is so annoying. Like, part of me thinks he plays, but I can't just sit there and roll into the game with 4 flags with no confirmation that 2 of them, the 2 that I really need to show up, are going to actually show up. And then this was on Declan Rice. I think Declan Rice is just as much of a doubt, even though people think this is good news. He's done a part of... No, hold on, that's Kai Havertz. Martin, I have to wait and see. Hold on. Oh, this is on Declan Rice. I hope so. He was much better today. Obviously, we haven't really trained because we only have 2 days to prepare the game. Hopefully, he's going to be better tomorrow. I mean, this is so unhelpful. These managers are just... I didn't expect anything from Pep and Arteta, to be honest. I thought Silva might give us some positive news. But they're not. And then this is what the news is on Haaland. Haaland feels much better, but yesterday we didn't train. Now we have training. We will decide today. The same for O'Reilly. We'll decide after training. I mean, that is just so unhelpful. It's beyond unhelpful. I'm going to have to make some transfers. I'm probably going to have to take a hit, and I don't want to take a hit because I feel like I'm going to take a hit, and then I'm going to roll up tomorrow, and Haaland and Wilson are both going to be fine. And then I've moved Wirtz for no bloody reason. I think that's what's going to end up happening. And that's so frustrating. Like, part of me is like going, maybe I just make the one transfer. Wirtz to Gakpo. I've still got the Liverpool forward. Yes, it's not Ekitike. But, like, if I want to buy Ekitike, it requires a -4. And the thing is, I don't actually know who I want that I like. And that's half the issue. And I'm going to show you why it's such an issue for my team. Because I actually don't know who I want out of these players. But it's annoying. My take on Wilson is he doesn't start. Haaland comes on 74 minutes. Xavier, maybe. He'd go to brace. I'm definitely not going to be captaining either of them. But yeah, those are the news. They're all keeping. What does the card say about Wilson? Good question. Well, the card reckons Wilson's beaten Szoboszlai, so I'm happy to back it in. And the card reckon that one of Rice, Haaland, and Wilson starts as well. So I think one of them definitely 100% starts. Sorry, buddy, I don't do team reviews on here. I just don't have the time to be looking out. And plus, I'm half asleep. I've literally just woken up. And the last thing I'm doing is opening up a different website to look at your team. Just write it out in the comments, and I'll happily go over it. But, yeah, that's all I can offer. I'm not going to sit there and use another website. Dr. Unit. My gut feels they're both fine. Yeah, 100%. Let him stay at home for the rest of the season. No manager helps exactly, not Gakpo. Gakpo's just exciting because he's so low owned. But if I'm taking Marmoush, it's another transfer. I don't want to be making another transfer. So if I'm taking a hit, it's not for another bloke that's going to be missing a game in like 2 weeks. That's definitely not going to happen. Just wait to try fill 11 and hope for the best, yeah. That's why I'm thinking, like, if I just move Wirtz to Gakpo, I've got 11, right? I will have 11 players. Because Canade's fine, Virgil's fine, Sanchez is fine, Bruno and Boomer are fine, Semenyo's fine, Thiago, we hope, shows up. That's obviously... there's a slight... That's my other worry is I feel like Thiago is like... I'm not convinced 100% that he shows up. But I think he does. Well, I bloody well hope he does. Hold on, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? I don't know what happened there. All right, so... See, Thiago's got Wolves at home. So the smart move... And the moves I would like to do, which I'm actually just slightly short on the money. This is what I would love to do. I'm going to show you exactly what I would like to do. I'd like to move João Pedro to Ekitike. I'd love to move Wirtz to Sade. Where are we at? Sade. Because I'm looking ahead to the next 2 weeks, right? And I think Sade versus Leeds and Wolves the next 2 weeks after Bournemouth looks pretty damn sexy in paper. As you can see here, I'm hopefully you can see that. I'm 0.3 million short. The other move then, I could do this, and this kind of fixes the team, and then I'll be kind of sussed, right? I could bring in Rodon, who's 3.9 million, which is exact money, right? And that's a -8. That's a -8. But then I know for a fact, now I know that Rodon's flagged, apparently he could be fine, whatever. But I don't know. I'm just sitting there going, if I had to play him the next 3 weeks, I'm okay with the fixtures. Like Sunderland at home, Crystal Palace away, Brentford at home. I don't really need him. That's until 31. That's the key ingredient. I need him in 31. But then if I've got double Brentford attack, it also doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense as well, if that makes sense. So I'm not sure. But that's a move, right? That could be the -8. It could free up the players I need. They would all be good to go. And I'd be happy then. I'd be happy with Sade. I'm happy with Ekitike. Yes, it's a -8, but I feel like at least I'd be confident I'd be fielding the team this week. I don't know. And it fixes a lot of problems all at once. Then I only have to make one transfer in 31, which could be to anyone. I also looked at this combination of moves, but this combination move is just stupid. So I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you these moves as well, which does look, this looks retarded, but I'm going to show you it anyway, right? So, all right. So actually, I don't know who the defender would be in this case, right? So I could do. I could also do this. This is all, I mean, this would just be a Hail Mary and just, there's no foundation to this. It's just a stupid move, but it's just a gut read, right? Like, and just, you're just hoping that something like this just bangs rather than does anything else. So you could do something stupid like this. Hold on. I've got 5 million to spend then on a defender. 5 million. Honestly, I'd love to bring in another Man City defender. I don't have the funds to do that. That's half the problem. It could bring in like a Senesi then, 4.9 million. I can't think of anyone that looks better than that. Not really. Matty Cash is no good. I mean, Mickey Van der Ven, I don't know why I keep coming back to this, but I feel like he could be an Ash. I could do something like that, and that would be, again, -8 points. But I mean, it could be more exciting. I don't know. I think that this move just reeks of stupidity to me. I don't know why. I just think it looks like stupidity to me. But I'm torn. I really don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not even going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. Like, I've actually got no idea. I don't like any of these moves. That's why I haven't made them. Like, I looked at, like, this week, everyone knows how much I love my team value. I've watched João Pedro drop in price. I've watched Wirtz drop in price. And I've watched Mukiele drop in price. And the reason why I didn't move him is because I don't know what I want to do. And it's very rare I don't know what I want to do. And if I don't know what I want to do, I get concerned because it doesn't feel right. So this is more like a stab in the dark than any clear-cut plan. And I've thought about it a lot, and I don't like any of it. That's just my gut feel. Start O'Reilly or Anderson. I'd start O'Reilly and just hope that he plays. The Harlan Wilson O'Reilly, yeah, I think you're probably right. You useless presses. I thought Canade was injured. Canade's not injured. That was just a bunch of bollocks from some other bloke. Got Bogle, you won't regret it. You got recent. Yeah, the thing is, I've got 4 flags, and if one of them doesn't show up, I'm playing with 10 players. That's the problem. Captaining Dewsbury Hall this week. Also Boyd and Bowen. Yeah, I don't mind either of them. Got Bogart's 2 of us then. Is Harlan and Wilson going to play? No idea is the honest answer. Yeah, these are my plans. I don't know which one I'm going to go with, but I'm going to do something. It's going to be in a hit as well. Or I might just do Wirtz to Gakpo. If I do Wirtz to Gakpo, there's going to be no hit, just 4 points. It's pure thinking that Semenya gets benched this week in it, so I think I'm going to lock and counter and think he gets benched for the FA Cup against Newcastle. Phone or checking. Oh, mate, that's a really good question. I hadn't even thought about that. Sade, Big Willie out. And I don't know. I really don't know. You're asking all these questions. I've got no idea. My gut read is I hope they all play and I don't have to do anything, but I don't think it is. Just to secure, I have a playing 11 and bench. Captain DCL for the lols. Love it. Semenyo should be nailed. Yeah, that's how. You just never know, right? You just never know. 1 fit and 2 million in the bank. 1 fit. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like your team looks all right. There's a lot of Andersons in there. No, 1 Anderson. Sorry, that Anderson's all right. You got the right one, haven't you? At least you've got a team. You've got a team. I think that's all that matters. I think in this case, I just roll and hope for the best. Surely I always make his holes. I would have bought him if I had the funds. Am I the only one here who had Sade for his hat-trick? Yeah, -8 to pay off at times. Yeah, so this is it. I honestly don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm like, part of me that doesn't fit right. I mean, this just looks like a Hail Mary play, and I just feel like they could both be benched, right? I mean, bringing in 2 players that just aren't even in the team. Whereas I think like Sade definitely plays. Like the Sade one is the one I like, and I feel like I don't know. I just sit there and I look at what Haaland did against West Ham earlier this season. Where is he? Where did he go? I know it's in between the Real Madrid games. He got 16 points against West Ham earlier this season. I mean, the smart play is probably to sell Haaland and then just buy a Katike and then move Wirtz to someone. The problem is it still requires a -8 because I don't have the player I really want. The player I really want is just not. I can't get. Like Sade's the one I really want, and I'm so close but so far. Let's go restore. Bugger. Restore. If I sell Haaland, it's not an issue. I don't really want to though. Like I would like to bring him in for them. I'm 0.3 short, which would then require. I mean, moving Mukiele, maybe that is the answer. Maybe that's the answer, and I'll feel better about it. Sorry, what am I doing here? And then this guy just becomes Rodon. I mean, the thing is, I'm not convinced on that either. That's the problem. I just don't know. I look at the fixtures. I'm like going, I'm buying double Brentford attack, and then Mukiele's going to be playing. I mean, that doesn't feel good. There's no world where that feels good. Unless I just leave that, leave him there for now, and I deal with him later. That's all. This is another possibility. I could free up the money with a goalkeeper transfer. I could get a 4.5 million goalkeeper for Sanchez. Or I could get can I bring in Jose Sarr, 4.2 million? I mean, that's just stupid. That's a stupid transfer. Darlow. I could bring in Darlow and play him against Sunderland at home. It's actually not the worst transfer in the world, you know. That one actually might do the job. Turf out Sanchez. Actually, Sanchez has got pretty good fixtures next 2 weeks. Maybe it's Bart Simpson that leaves. Get rid of Bart. Where is he? Darlow. I mean, I hate making goalkeeper transfers in a hit, but at least that way I feel a bit better about the team. And then I can play Darlow against Sunderland at home. Maybe that's the move. And then I don't want to move Mukiele to a Leeds defender. I just think, I don't know, it just doesn't. I feel like I want to play Sanchez in 31. So I don't really want to get rid of him. I think 31 away at Everton isn't the worst fixture in the world for Everton. I don't know. Let me think on that one for a little bit. Captain Sade, -8, yeah. 3, yep. Rogers to, yeah, I'd do that. Get Haaland and Wirtz out there, Wirtz and Mukiele. Yeah, Wirtz and Mukiele, maybe that's a play. But then, again, I'm in the same boat. I want a Liverpool attacker. I mean, the smart move might be just to move Wirtz to Gakpo, and then I don't have to worry about these bloody hits and then just hope for the best. Could possibly be his best one, yeah, only because he doesn't know which path to go at all. I'm the same. I really don't know. I don't like any of them. Sade hat-trick last time against Bournemouth. Mickey van der Crap bringing Jockey Vans for Gary's reaction. Oh, mate, I couldn't do it. Turn the Van der Ven train down. It's just one game week, summer mid anyways. Just roll and hope for the best. 2-3 next week. Yeah, I don't like rolling. It doesn't sit well with me. Where we at? Sorry, I've just a bunch of chat there. Buy Anderson? No. I'm not buying Anderson. I don't care what anyone tells me. I'm not buying that fraud. I will not own that. I will not own that bastard all season. He's crap. He's absolutely crap. If you think you're getting a clean sheet from him, you're deluded. I think Haaland will start, but I'm thinking of selling Ekatike. No, I haven't sold anyone. This is actually I could show you. This is actually unlike Andy, who has his team refreshed. I've got no other tabs open. No other tabs are open. This is the team. Like you can see down here, make transfers. That button's actually there. This is actually my current team. Your screen is much brighter. I love a shirt. Your team is looking good. I mean, South Park got so lucky today. They won 1-0 while I was asleep. I needed the sleep, so I couldn't even watch the game. I woke up, played a bot team, and I've won 1-0. I mean, I am getting screwed over with these crappy teams in footy. It's unbelievable. Yeah, smash the hit and like button, please. Score another hat trick. Does the card feeling Nunes or 8 Nori? Nunes versus 8 Nori. Wow, it's gone for 8 Nori. That's interesting. I think Nunes is the pick. It's annoying because Verts looks... I know. That's the other issue I've got. Is I really want Verts for next week. I was just hoping to be able to sit there and hold him. Because my original... I don't know what my cut plan was. I have no idea what my plan was, to be honest. I feel like this is actually the smart move, though, is to take a hit and bring in a couple of players that will actually play. I mean, even with these moves, I look at these moves, right, and I go, this is fraught with danger as well. If Haaland, Wilson, and well, we know Mukiele's not playing right. Mukiele's just 100% not playing. Wilson and Haaland, if they both don't show up and I get a benching or someone else randomly misses out, I'm cooked again. I'm in the exact same boat as I am now. Like, that's the other thing to consider. It's just, yeah, minute has to go. It's been stuck at 12 to 15K per week. Just can't get in the top 20. I did a playbook, taking some big moves this week. 8-point hit, go big or go home. Nice. Sell Haaland to Hugo or Rice to Spozza. I'm not, no one is ever going, I'm never going to tell anyone to go and buy Dirty Dom. I'm never going to tell anyone to buy Dirty Dom. I don't know why people ask me about these questions. I can't stand the bloke. He's a crap player. Well, he's crap in FPL anyway. There's a reason why those three are traps. I don't like any of them. If you buy them at your own peril. I'm not going to say that they're good moves. And even if they bang, I'm going to still say they're not good moves. Would you Enzo to Iwobi? And if so, would you bench Dango and start Iwobi? Yeah, I'd be tempted. Yeah, I'm tempted. I think Enzo actually against Aston Villa will be fine, by the way. Being lucky and no yellow is fantastic. I didn't like the Gakpo move, honestly. Once Verts comes back, you might play on him on the left. And yeah, I know. It's a one-week play. The Gakpo play is a one-week play, 100%. Also sitting on 4-5. See, the thing is, I think what I would do this week, so I'll show you what I would do if I just did the Verts move. And this will hopefully make a little bit more sense to people. Actually, we'll restore him. Get rid of that, restore him. If I just did that midfield move, this is what it looked like, right? Gakpo's in for tonight. That's it. Purely one move for tonight. Then I've got a bench cover, right? So if Haaland, Wilson and Mukiele all don't show up, at least in theory, I should have 11 players play. If some of them show up, all of a sudden I've got a bench. That feels nice. Next week, I can give you the hot tip. I will move Gakpo straight back to Verts if he's fit. But either that or I'll move to Sade. Because Sade next week is got a fixture I much prefer. Like that would be the plan. Like, I could just bring in Sade. The thing is, I feel like if I don't have a Liverpool attacker this week, I'm missing out because they're playing Wolves right. That's half the issue. The other thing is I think João Pedro is perfectly fine. Like, I wouldn't mind playing João Pedro. I'm not convinced that I'm not convinced that Ekitike is that much better than him. It's a tough one. It really is a tough one. And as I said, I'm at a loss about what I really want to do at the moment. But that's currently what the team is, and I have no idea what I'm actually going to do. We'll try and figure it out over the next hour and 9 minutes, and we're going to have to just sit there and throw a couple of Hail Marys, to be honest. Yeah. I was seeing for these just nobody I want to buy. Yeah. I might, you never know, maybe that's the smart move. Just hope that someone plays. Doesn't play versus West Ham. Haaland fast becoming a massive differential in the active player base. That's it. I was like going, that's why I just kind of want to sit there and see what happens. Purely Marmish is good enough to win Pep some points. You're probably right. Just Verts to Sade. Any updates on Rice? Exact same as Wilson and Haaland. Very unhelpful. I wouldn't trust Arteta for a bar of soap. Thing with Wilson is, okay, the deadline's today, but he still has another day before he plays. That's correct. Creepy to shine tonight. City will smash Madrid. Unfortunately, they basically have all their star players injured. -8 Sade is to play. Yeah, maybe it is. Would you start Wilson or Creepy Jr.? I'd play Wilson all day long over Creepy Jr. Get Chalobah back, no chances. Dubravka, no bringing Dallo. No, I'm not bringing in Dallo. Conjure some dilemma. I'm starting. Creepy is even Nielsen. Yeah, I think Creepy will be fine. Yes, please smash a like. Ryan named his deadline stream. I don't know what I'm doing. I might as well have called mine exactly the same because I also have no idea what I'm doing. Even though I really big Haaland news just dropped. Press the like button. Who to captain, Bruno versus Mbumo versus Ekitike? Honestly, out of that lot, it's a Bruno or... Oh, actually, you know what? It's probably... I don't know. It's probably Bruno Fernandes. Deleted at home for Chelsea clean sheets. I know. I think all of our heads are scrambled this week. Darlow's a brilliant bargain as basement buy. Honestly, that might actually be the play. Bench one of Mbumo, Dango, or Harry Wilson. Bench one of Mbumo, Dango, or Harry Wilson. I think it's got to be Dango. Andy is a crook. Devious unit. As a picture of Darius above his head. Got Rice, Wilson, Haaland, O'Reilly, one transfer. We'll do whatever you suggest. Oh, mate. One transfer. If you got a Liverpool spot free, I'd probably move O'Reilly and just hope that you get lucky with the move. I think I'd keep the other two. What's good, dude? Are there any big press conferences? No, they've all been very exceptionally unhelpful. Transferring Keller last game where everyone would completely miss out, wasted transfer. Yeah, that's annoying. I just got him. Yeah, I think just play him. I'm going to be playing Wilson regardless. Rice to Gakpo, Szoboszlai. And I'm not leaving this to the last minute either. I'm going to try and make a decision in the next 20 minutes because I'm not going to 2 a.m. stressing about it in the morning. It's not good for my sleep. Rasta Gakpo, Szoboszlai. FYI, I'm wearing the Akatiri RAF shirt because my boy Dylan is actually currently on active service in the RAF in Cyprus. And, yeah, just what we're kind of a little bit worried about him, to be honest with you, with all the rubbish that's going on over there at the moment. People just need to sit there and get along. It can't be that bloody hard. It doesn't matter what religion you've got or whatever, everyone just needs to be tolerant of one another. It's not that difficult. Transferred in Keller last game for him to completely miss out, wasted transfer. Rice to Gakpo or Szoboszlai. I prefer Gakpo. I just think there's higher upside from open play. Szoboszlai is heavily reliant on free kicks. Wolves are very good off free kicks, by the way. Very good off free kicks and set pieces in terms of defending them. So I'd be going Gakpo over out of those two. Awobi is definitely a decent differential, I think. Hello, thoughts on this team? Sanchez, Tarkowski, Virgil van Dijk. What? Virgil van Dijk, Virgil. What? That doesn't make sense. You've got Virgil listed twice, just as two different things. Is that meant to be Van de Ven? Is that meant to be VDV? I'm assuming it's VDV. Szoboszlai, Rice, Semenyo, Zubimendi, Thiago, bench. Well, at least you've got players. I would just roll your team, baby. You've definitely got, you're not going to have any problems. You will get at least 11 players out. I think this is a week just to roll if you've got 11 players. I was looking at Awobi. That's why Haaland is the most obvious sell because you'll just be tasking the same with explaining blanks in buying. Yeah, you could be right, to be honest. There is hardly any upside when taking a goal. Yeah, exactly what Colm said. Do you think Dango starts? Do I think Dango starts? I think it's 50-50, that one. I think it's one of, I actually wouldn't be surprised if Dango and Thiago are both benched. I feel like one of those two is going to end up benched. I don't know why. I've just got a feeling that one of them will end up benched. Of no reasoning other than the fact that they've both been benched midweek before this season and Thiago rarely shows up midweek. So that's also my other problem that I'm currently worried about. I think something's before a start. Wilson, come on, I don't know. They think they'll treat you as a bench player. So is it right to sell Haaland, Ekitike? Wow, honestly, I think that might be the key. I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe that is the play, just getting rid of Haaland. Haaland to Bowen. Haaland to Bowen, mate. I love Bowen. I could easily bring Bowen back. I'm not going to lie. Shah's a player man this week. D, who you start and bench, Wilson or Creepy? They just beat Villa. Let's hope they smack Paul too. Yeah. Captain Semenyo or DCL unit. Yeah, I could do that, Def FPL. Oh my God, it's gone with the DCL unit. Do you start Haaland even with the chance of a one-pointer? Yeah, maybe I just move him. I bought Dallo last week hoping for 10 points and got 1. Oh no, I bet Trig's scratching his head right now. Go to bed, D unit. No, I've just woken up, Daniel. I've been asleep for the last 5 hours. Hello, is it? It's me you're looking for. I can finally join for a full watch long. Sorry, I haven't been here. But, you're all good, Avi. Good to see you, buddy. What's up? Thoughts on bowling a DCL? I think I'll keep bowling this week. I'll keep bowling this week. Play one, bench one, transfer the Gary, the King, Trig, Big, Proud, Bakar. Transfer one out, bench one, and transfer one in. I'm 100% transferring out Big Bow Bakar. 100% transferring him out. Playing Let's Talk FPL Andy because his luck has been stupid this season and I want to get lucky, so I'm playing him. I'm benching King Trig and I'm transferring in the Gary who plays Burnley. That's what I'm doing. I'm in Cyprus. I think it's all smoke, but you never know when these sterile old men. Yeah, I know. You never know. Well, make sure you stay safe out there. I know there was some evacuation because Dylan said that his missus was getting evacuated to somewhere. So yeah. And then I asked him, was apparently under attack? He goes, yeah, I heard that as well. I was like, this dude, he just loves to just sit there and throw red herrings out, doesn't he? You're doing Haaland Fleming. No, I'm not doing Fleming. Has Colin any inside info with? No, he doesn't unfortunately get rid of Haaland, even if he does. I've been thinking about that. Wang wiping out Liverpool clean sheet, all good fix. Ray robbed me and footy him today. If review tells content creators to jump, they'll ask how high. Yeah, legit. Unlucky. Who am I? Good morning, Pete. I'm back. Does Wilson start? Any news on Haaland? Damn, only 1 hour to the deadline. Star Riser. Yeah, I started a little bit later so I can get myself an extra half an hour of sleep. So if anyone's wondering why the hell that's the case, it's because I needed some extra sleep. So I literally gave myself an extra half an hour, which is why I've started with only an hour and a half till the deadline. All right, let's ask the card, man. That might help me. Am I selling? Am I taking a hit this week? Is that the clever idea? Well, the card reckons I shouldn't be taking a hit. There you go. Maybe it is just a Verts move. Is selling Haaland a good play? Yes. Well, maybe that's the key. Maybe we just sell Haaland. Sell Haaland for DCL unit and roll. That would be the differential play, wouldn't it? That would be the differential play. I mean, imagine selling that, just doing DCL unit. I mean, this dude, look at him. How many goals is he going to score the next 3 weeks? Will he even show up against Sunderland? See, this is another move where I'm like, is he going to play? He doesn't normally play back-to-back games, like midweek games. And he ain't done diddly squat for 3 weeks. In fact, he's only scored 1 goal in his last 7 games. So blanked against Man City, blanked against Aston Villa, didn't play against Chelsea, scored against Forest, blanked against Arsenal, blanked against Everton, blanked against Fulham. So since Gameweek 21, he's scored 1 goal. I don't feel I can be bringing him in based on those stats. That's definitely the move. Like Ekitike has to be the move in for Haaland. And then Verts just has to go, right? And it's got to be Kevin Sade. Let's ask the card. Should I take a -4 or a -8? Card thinks I should take a -8. As a 3-week play. I like Kevin Sade. He's low owned as well, at 1.6%. That could be the differential, right? That really could be the differential. -4 looks good as well. I mean, I know I've got 6.7 million in the bank. I can do what I want with it, right? I mean, part of me even looked at this stupid move. I was kind of half joking on the pubcast last night when I was saying this. I was like, I could bring Cole Palmer in. Why? Because I don't know. I just feel like he could win a penalty. I feel bad just not spending the money up. That's also half my issue. That's also the issue, right? It's like, how many goals do I really expect Liverpool to score against Wolves today? Like, how many goals am I betting on them scoring? The sensible play is probably a -4. I know I've left with one flag player on the field. Still great in reverse fixtures against Sunderland Palace will give him confidence, yeah. I'm a supporter, not Silva. Canade down the hill, Pedro up to Ekitike. Yeah, the other problem is that I've still got a flag player in the team that I'm relying on showing up. That's the only problem there, Rach Roberts. It's playing with heavily considering like 85% decided fair. Haaland should be over 12 mil. Sale should be over 9. I agree with both of them. I just put the pick a wheel of all your player names and start with a lineup. Not even joking. The strat worked twice. Wow, who should I replace Rice with Ndai, Sabozlai, or Shado? Combs now the manager of Fulham. I've come to the conclusion based from the chat. Died today. He was buried 6 foot. Oh, wow. I had no idea. I'd say Anderson has more chance of playing than Wilson. Anderson's definitely going to be playing based off what I read today. I think I prefer the -4, to be honest. I don't like Palmer. I feel like that's the move probably, and just enroll the 6.7 million in the bank. So the thing is that next week, if I wanted, I could then bring back in. You know, part of me. The only reason why I was tempted by the Salah move is because of the fact that I feel like he loves playing against Spurs. Like, Spurs down the right-hand side are horrendously bad. Like, they are horrendously bad. That's such a difficult call. It's just difficult. João Pedro Ekitike and O'Reilly to Gahey, -4, don't mind it. -8 it is. Enzo looks like a decent option, but would have taken advice if I'd chuck Wesley for 2 game weeks. I feel like Ekitike, of all the forwards this week, is probably the best one to buy. I think he is essential this week. Yeah, so I really want the Sade move. Or maybe that's just the key. I would definitely do Sade to Rice for a 4-point hit, 100%. He's going to be good. He gives you a fixture on 31 as well. Nothing wrong with holding money in the bank. I think you're taking a hit to bring in Ekitike and cash a João Pedro, and a really good move. Dallo or Hill is my third defender. Hill. Sade in for sure. He's got a hat-trick versus Bournemouth in the last meeting. Yeah, that could be the play. Captain Semenyo or Bruno. I've got Captain Semenyo at the moment and Vice Captain Bruno. Put on a DCL unit, Captain at the minute. Mate, honestly, yeah. I don't know about Haaland. I think I'm going to sell him because then I don't have to worry about 31. And if he comes back, he's going to drop in price tonight anyway, probably. Starting Wilson, I just told Haaland to take a good luck off. Clean the shed. Good luck off. Start Enzo Rogers, O'Reilly, captain for me. Captain Pickford, Haaland, Ekitike. Captain Pickford. Ekitike out of those 3. Can't do that other one. More essential. Robot to Seshko. Yeah, that's also a possibility. I'm captaining Semenyo or Bruno. I might even end up back on Bruno, you know. Just because of the fact I've got no faith in the man. I know that Bruno's going to play 90 minutes, and that's the key ingredient here. Sade for sure. You got a hat-trick, yep. Captain Palmer or Bruno. Martinez, Gabriel, Van Dijk, Anderson, Rice, Rogers, Semenyo, Captain, and Bumo, Haaland, Thiago, Ekitike, subs to Bravka, Stack, Cash, Collins, Forts. You're in a good position. You've only got 2 flags. Anderson will play. I would not be worried about that. You've got Stack on the bench. You've got Cash on the bench. You've got Collins on the bench. Your team's fine. You don't have to do anything. Palmer relies on João Pedro getting fouled for Peña. Wearing a t-shirt almost looks adult size on home. Sell O'Reilly or sell Munoz. This is a custom shirt as well, this one. My mate from the RAF base in Cyprus got it made for me. Has even got FPLD unit on the side. On that side there. You can't see it, but yeah, it's there. Haaland will drop in price, I would suggest, tonight. I think a lot of people probably sell him based on that news. Sell O'Reilly or sell Munoz. I'd sell O'Reilly. Munoz has got a fixture this week, and you know he's going to play. Took the hit for Rice out and Semenyo in. Nice. Semenyo, Ekitike, captain. I think you could split the difference. I don't know. Let's ask the card. Semenyo Or Ekitike captain. Semenyo captain. What play do you need? I really need. Well, I need to remove at least one flag. So that's like Verts is obviously definitely not playing. We know that for a fact, and neither is Mukiele. But I'm not convinced on the defenders. I don't want to buy a defender. I'm kind of hoping that Mukiele's fit for 31. I really don't want to move him. Ekitike not on Team Buster Molyneux. I'll just turn it up. Give me some reasons why I shouldn't transfer Rice out for Sabozai. Don't hate me. I reckon Rice and Haaland both start. Mind games from Arteta and Guardiola 100%. But why have mind games against Nottingham Forest? They're crap. Like, they are crap. I'd do Rice to Shadow. It probably is the week where Morgan Rogers goes big. Van de Ven or Cash, honestly, when I looked at the fixtures, I think that Van de Ven's got the best in 29 and 31, which is what I would have played him. Also, I think that the Haaland move just makes a lot of sense because he doesn't play in 31. Well, he probably won't play in 31, sorry. He probably won't play in 31. In fact, at the moment, he is blanking. Like, yeah. I've got plenty of cash. I've got 6.7 million in the bank. Cash is not an issue here at all. I'm going to have heaps of cash in the bench. In the team, sorry. I've already for Thiago and Ekitike, so maybe 2 week punt on Haaland. Yokeres 2 weeks ago different. Yeah, fair. Bruno and Burma, Shadow, Wilson, want Richard Rogers and have 5 point extra to spend. Wow. Okay, Bruno and Burma, Shadow, Wilson. Want to get rid of Rogers. Honestly, I feel like it. Oh, you've already got Shadow. Part of me is like, I think Wilson. Oh, you've already got Wilson as well. It's got to be Semenyo. Semenyo is definitely the forward, the midfielder you're missing. But then he blanks in 31, so it depends on how many other blankers you've got in 31 in your team. Here and there, like beating Liverpool away, yeah. But I don't think they're going to be beating Liverpool. I don't think they're going to be beating Man City. Liverpool away when they beat them they were beating Liverpool. Bench Dango or Ryan. Already have Thiago up front. Yeah, I think you're benching Dango there. Alfie Clifford. Pep playing 1 games on Arteta on Forest and full lull. Maybe. Would you do Rice to DCL to Dewsbury Hall and Ekitike? Yes, I would. Start 3, Iwobi, Otara, Munoz, Thiago, Strandlass and Timber. I would do Thiago. I would play Thiago. I'd probably play Munoz. And I'd probably play Iwobi. Target's a frustrating thing. I want him, but I haven't pulled the trigger. Leeds defenders. The thing is, I'm going to have double Brentford attack against the Leeds defender in 31, that's why I don't like it. Pep, Arteta, and how all give crap presses they have. Yeah, I know exactly. They probably do. Don't like seeing Anderson as a trap. Just get DC, please. He's definitely a trap. Semenyo or Sabozai to buy. Semenyo. DCL unit is in. Hello, Nightmare. How are you, buddy? I don't mind the DCL unit. I don't mind the DCL unit punt. Thoughts on Mateus Nunes captaincy, don't mind it either. Could you get Donnarumma in goal instead of Sanchez, mate? Or are you looking at someone in midfielder, ideally? Yeah, I need to get Verts out of the team. Sorry. And to get Ekitike in, I have to get Verts out of the team. So that's why I have to take the hit. If Verts wasn't in the team, I would not have to take a hit. But I have to take a hit to free up the Liverpool spot. Dango or Gravenberch out? It's got to be Gravenberch. I couldn't pronounce his name as well. I got Frimpong in this week. Don't know why, but I'm feeling it. Fair. I think captaincy is between Bruno, Semenyo, Ekitike. Game pronunciation lessons after a stream last week. Should I start Keen or Stack? Stack. Until the end, my friend. Gary likes to make names sound Welsh for some unknown reason. I'm playing a 3-5-2 tomorrow footy and just can't tell Luke inside information. Only information I can use that makes sense. The fit players left. Sub your players off at 6-0, please. I've not even looked at my team. I see. I've got Luke the day after Com, so I'm also looking at that your team tomorrow, and I'm trying to field the weakest team possible. So all my big guns are rested for Luke. Bloody Burnley and Wolves defenders and going with Spurs. Yeah, that's fair. Maestro is okay. -8 is terrible. Yeah, you could be right. Play Dallo Hill. Captain Thiago, they played pretty good. You know what? I think I'm just going to do that. I think I'm going to make these transfers now, so I don't have to sit there and think about it. So I'm just going to sit there and roll the dice. I'm just going to do it. So Haaland's gone. He's gone from the team. That's actually my team. You can see there, save your team. It's done. I've sold him. I've sold the man. Sold the big Norwegian bastard. All right, now I've got a few other things to decide, right? Because now I think I'm probably going to put Gabriel in front of João Pedro. You know what? Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave João Pedro in front of Gabriel. I'm willing to roll the dice again. I'm hoping Wilson starts. Oh, look at that. I've still got Bruno captain. That's interesting. I thought I'd change my captain. Maybe that's a sign. Maybe Bruno Fernandes is a better captain than Semenyo. Let's ask the car. Bruno Fernandes versus Semenyo for captaincy. Well, maybe the card knows something. Bruno Fernandes captain, apparently. I still think I like Semenyo's vice. Leave it like that for now. There we go. Team confirmed. Now we know dodgy stuff going on in this stream, folks. There's no dodgy stuff going on here. You can see the clicks have been done. The team has done it. I mean, maybe that's the play. Bruno Fernandes captain, Semenyo vice captain. We know Bruno's going to play. Back in my own team against Nightmare's team who have been leaking goals left, right and centre, and hope that I've got it right. I don't mind it. I say, yeah, there it is, -4. 6.7 million is in the bank. I can't believe I've got all this team value. I've got 6.7 million left over in the bank. Captain Thiago, they played pretty good without Dango last time. With him, it must be pretty good. Verse for Palmer. Good fixtures of players of 31. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Make sure to save your team to prevent the accusations. Yep, it's done, Nightmare. JP over in Boomo. No. I think Man United rinsed the floor of Newcastle tomorrow. Wolves are a bit of a weird team for its side. Deadline. Yeah, I know. Yep. They have been very unlucky. Shots at Cartel. Checks with... Congrats, you're free from Haaland. How are we feeling? I feel fine. I sold him last year as well, very early doors. And I just think that in reality, at least I don't have to worry about it now. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets benched against West Ham either. What do you reckon to Oscar Bob? If Wilson was out, I think Oscar Bob would be great, but I don't think he's going to be out. I don't think Haaland will get a hat-trick or a brace. I don't know. Yeah, only dodgy unit stuff is those kid-sized singlets. I had something very similar. Sold Haaland, Rogers, Creepy and Rice. Brought in Ekatike, Iwobi, DCL and Charlotte. Let's go. Pep Picaro is working hard for his £120 this week. I mean, get FYI, so if you're £120 last week for his WhatsApp chat, he advised you to bring in Binderson. I'll just leave that there with anyone that's dumb enough to pay him 120 quid for the privilege of being told to bring in Binderson when he doesn't show up it probably needs a welfare check. Join his team DCL unit. Even if Haaland plays, he's going to do anything other than trudge around. No way, Haaland. No way, no Haaland. You are cooked. Yeah, I don't know. Haaland out. I can feel Gary sweating. Worth remembering we will have an actual midfielder in midfield rather than a 6'7" striker who can't run. Yeah, I don't think that's going to make any difference. Yeah, I've sold Haaland. What's wrong with Wilson? He's just got a sore ankle. He should be fine, I reckon. I'm happy to play Wilson. If he doesn't play, João Pedro's coming on. I feel pretty good about that. Checky this week. Nice. How many hits total have you taken this season? A lot. This will be pushing 50 points, I think, give or take. My hits, generally speaking, this season have really paid off. So, yes, Abby. 6 months, baby. Get in. Well done. Bournemouth versus Brentford tonight is 100% either going to be a snooze fest or the game to watch, isn't it? No chance of it being something which... Exactly. I just think that I quite like the Sade shout. The more I looked at it this week, the more I liked it. And I think I've got the best Liverpool attacker, which I think is Ekatike with Wirtz being out. So for that reason, I'm hoping I've got it right. My captaincy Semenyo, I think this week if City score, he's involved somewhere. Any coincidence that a Haaland Man City ad pops up before I click the stream? Wirtz or Rogers, he's overdue a haul. Yeah, maybe. Would you start O'Reilly? Yes. My hits ain't paying off. Or start Rice versus Brighton or Anderson versus Fulham. I would start Anderson. What? Anderson versus Fulham. Anderson's not playing Fulham. Anderson's playing Man City. So I'd still pick Anderson versus Man City rather than Rice versus Brighton. Captain Sade or Bruno. Bruno. What's happening to Wolves 2-0 win against Aston Villa? Yeah, I know, that was mad. Going for a punt on Sheshko. Already have Ekatike, so why not? Exactly, love it. Start to Bravclaw or Kelleher. You've got to start Kelleher. Do I captain Haaland? Will he start? Well, I've sold him, so I just don't care anymore. I think I've been weighing it up, and Nightmare said a very interesting thing about Haaland. Haaland hasn't done much for a while. Actually, I'll show you. He hasn't done much for a while. Let's go back here. Where is he? Haaland. So he has not, well, he obviously got 11 points against Liverpool, right? He got a goal and assist that day. But since that day, he has not got double figures since game week 17. So in the last 11 weeks, he's got double figures once. He's blanked in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the last 11 weeks, he's blanked. I mean, that's a lot of money for a bloke that 50% of the time has been blanking, right? What's going on here? Let's go back there. And that's a lot of time to be blanking. A lot of time to be blanking. So now I don't have to worry about it. Plus, it could. I'm just hoping. My team, unfortunately, a lot of people have started buying my players, which is annoying, which is why my team value kept on rising. This week, my bets on covering the -8 are really down to my differentials. Mateus Nunes against Nottingham Forest at home, Canade against Wolves away, and Sade against Bournemouth away. Like, if all three of those players bang, the -8 will cover itself very easily. So I'm just hoping that is the way it goes. Switch over here for me. Just got is probably the way to go. Wolves will keep it tight tomorrow, I think. Well, they're keeping it tight today. Wolves, Liverpool's today. Bruno Semenyo, Virgil van Dijk, Haaland and Bumo. Who's captain? Probably Bruno or Semenyo between them. At the moment, I'm captaining Bruno. The card reckon Bruno over Semenyo, so I'm happy to back it in. Anderson versus West Ham or Rice versus Brighton. Sorry for the confusion. Rice versus Brighton. Order my bench. Senesi, Enzo, Krupi. In that order. Thoughts on keeping Rice? He needs to go before game week 31 anyway in most people's teams, so it's an easy sell this week. There's a lot of good players to go to. Do you think benefits of selling Haaland change based on whether you have wildcarded or not? If you haven't wildcarded, it's a lot easier to sell him because you can just bring him straight back, which is why I've done it. Would you play Kelleher or Martinez in goal this week? I'd go Kelleher. Forest bogey team for City. No, I don't know about that. Salah is seriously overpriced. Yeah, that's why I didn't buy him. Pedro for Calvert-Lewin. Yeah, if you want. Bench Semenyo, Haaland and Bumo, Virgil van Dijk, who to captain? It's between Bruno and Semenyo. I've got most of those options. I'm going Bruno at the moment. The card just picked Bruno, so I'm happy with that. The days of Haaland being prolific are gone. His role has changed in City. He played differently now. Is Semenyo? Yeah, exactly. Yes, I would agree with that, Daniel. Who is that FPL Salah lad that's been popping in my YouTube feed? He seems like a chill dude, but he's so boring. He's just a bloke that I think uses review and in Fantasy Football Hub. He was on the pubcast earlier this year. Decent bloke, by the way, but I've never actually watched any of his actual content. Gabriel, Hill, Virgil, O'Reilly, Munoz, Rice, Bruno, Semenyo, Enzo, Wilson, Thiago, Haaland. Thinking of Rice and Boomer a roll. I don't mind that. Rice and Boomer looks good. Nobody unless playing for rank shouldn't really care about taking it. I took a hit and got jerky when he got that 2 big holes. Yeah, I've never been afraid. I finished top 5K last year and I took minus 48 points last year in hits. Last year and I finished top 5K. Now, not taking hits is just a fallacy. If they work, they work. Unfortunately, they can go wrong. That's when they don't work, is when they go wrong. And it has happened. I mean, mine thankfully paid off last week, but it wasn't by much. There's an argument to be had to start stack it ahead of Rice. Yes, definitely an argument to be had. Is Harry Wilson available or not? I'd play him. If you've got him in your team, play him. If he doesn't play, he doesn't play. Start one of these three, Hill, Alderete or Chalobah. It's got to be Hill. Just pull the trigger, Haaland to DCL. Let's go. Love it. First bench, Munoz or Dango. I would go Dango. You sold Haaland? Yes, I did. Who takes pens when Haaland's out? I'm hoping it's Semenyo. I really don't know. It could be Marmouche. It could be Semenyo. It might be someone else, but I'm hoping it's Semenyo. Tempted to keep the robot and transfer out Rice for Sade. The Bees fixtures look decent. Yeah, I know. That's why I really like Sade. I looked at the fixtures. I thought the next 3 weeks before our wild card, they have the best. Like they're right up there with Fulham, which is why I didn't want to sell Wilson. At any stage today, I did not want to sell Wilson because I think Wilson will be fine for the next 2. Do I still jerk him over Haaland? Yeah, you could. I don't know. It just depends on what you want to do. Depends on whether you think he starts, really. Haaland DCL in a week, right? Good luck, pal. I sold Haaland 7 weeks ago on game. You got nothing. Yeah, exactly. Why bench João Pedro? Well, who the hell am I benching if I'm not benching João Pedro? I'm playing the rest. I think the rest have better fixtures. So he has to be benched. I'm keeping João Pedro because in 31, I think he's got a great fixture. And against Newcastle at home next week, I'm probably going to play him. Like next week, what do we got? Thiago, well, they're both going to play. Bruno's and Burmo got them. Semenyo's got West Ham away. Wilson. I mean, I don't know who I'm going to bench next week, to be honest with you. I've got no clues. I'll work that out next week. That's not a problem for now. We'll see whether I get an injury or something and it makes it easier for me. Start Sarah or Dango. I'd play Dango. Bench Dango or Rogers. Probably again Dango. I've taken minus 12 for the last 3 weeks and not okay, so hits are fine. Exactly, Nigel. Keep Verts back following game. Yeah, I looked at that, Stephen. I can't afford to have 10 players roll up, so I'd rather have 11. So, yeah, not for me, unfortunately. I would love to have kept him. But the fact that we had no news on Wilson and Haaland, I don't like playing with 10 players. I'd rather take a minus 4 and hope for the best. Haaland to Ekitike, nice. O'Reilly to Gahey. Zubameni to Sade. Honestly, I look at those moves. I think minus 8 looks sexy. I've moved Haaland to Ekitike and Verts to Sade to free up the Liverpool spot. What's the t-shirt wearing? Looks good. Starting to get a front. This is the custom RAF Akatori fire service shirt that is in Cyprus. So my mate, I'm wearing it tonight just in support of my mate who's obviously out there in active work with the RAF in the Cyprus base at the moment. So thinking of my mate Dylan out there. Good love to you all. Stay safe, buddy. Some mad stuff. Gabriel. You got tempted to play Gabriel instead of Canade? Yeah, I'm still dreaming of the double defender whole day long, Daniel. I've got to hope that one day it comes in. And what better way to... I mean, yeah. The Perry takers the City after Haaland's Marmouche, Docker and Nunes. Yeah, but they're not factoring in that Semenyo took him at Bournemouth, I don't reckon. FPL's site is just so far behind, it's ridiculous. They still have Spurs as a grey fixture. Spurs have been a green fixture for about the last 15 weeks, and yet they still have them as grey. JP Hawley against the weak Villa, maybe. Bought in the mighty Bogle, flipping a coin 10 minutes before deadline to keep on moving. Haaland to DCL, nice. Why not bench Sade and spread? Mate, I'm not benching Sade. I've just bought him in as part of the hit. I'm not benching part of the hit. That makes no sense. João Pedro is in good form, I've no doubt. And as I said, I don't like having points on my bench, but I'm happy with having points on my bench. I'll play the players I think have the best fixtures. And I think Kevin Sade's in form. The dude's just scored at the weekend. Why not keep betting on him to score? Do I take the punt and captain Van Dijk? Yeah, you could. What if Wilson comes on for 1 point, you have Pedro banging on your bench? It is what it is. It's actually a fair point, you know. Sade, Wilson, or Dango, who do I get? That is actually a fair point. I did not think of that. Maybe I could just bench Wilson. He's playing down the Juve side and he's in such good form. I mean, Liverpool scored 5 goals against West Ham. What was the score against him earlier this season? That is a move I could do, you know. I could get on board with that. That kind of makes a bit of sense. What was the result between them last time? 1-0. And he got an assist. Wilson got the assist in that game. I mean, this dude's just been elite. Part of me thinks he misses, but I don't know. Green fixture from day one, yep. Do I captain Virgil van Dijk? What card says? Let's ask the card. Do you captain Virgil van Dijk? Apparently the card reckons you can. I have Haaland, Wilson, Maguire, Wirtz all flagged. I think that one of them starts. Wirtz isn't playing 100%. He's definitely not playing. I think you'll get lucky and one of Haaland, Wilson and Maguire will start though. Harry Bloody Wilson scored 36 points in the last 6 weeks. I know exactly. Start Enzo or Rogers. Good evening. God, there's Luke. Raul scored the goal in the 1-0. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I don't think João Pedro's starting. I can't make a case that he's better than a Brentford player this week. He's playing away at Aston Villa. I wouldn't even be surprised if he got benched, you know, against Aston Villa. I wouldn't be surprised. Pep could be big-headed enough to believe Man City are fine without him this game week. Yes, it's very true. Captain Semenyo or Ekitike, I'd probably go Ekitike. Are you actually going to bench Gabriel and why? Well, I'm not starting him over those other 3 defenders, and I'm playing 3 defenders this week. Now, look, I get people's obsession with Gabriel. I'm still chasing rank. The dude is 43% owned. If I don't think it's a good week and I'm betting against him, I'm betting against him again. I know I got lucky last week, came off the bench 9 points, happy days. But I'm looking at that team and I'm going, there's no way I'm benching Virgil van Dijk. There's no way I'm benching Canade. And there's no way I'm benching Mateus Nunes. So Gabriel is on the bench because I'm not playing him over a forward. I'm just categorically not playing him over a forward when I'm benching João Pedro. Yep, what Luke said. Done, Sade and Rice out. If it doesn't play Chalobah's first sub, then King and Esteve bring it. Yep. Do I think Rice plays? Probably, but I wouldn't be 100% certain. Let's ask the chat a question. Have you sold already didn't have him? Yeah. There's no way. Gabriel's 100% staying where he is. The only one I'd be even tempted about moving would be João Pedro, and that'd be it. Wilson plays if he's fit. The Fulham midfield look great. That's why I bought him. Yeah, exactly. JP, yep. Fulham of Southampton, the FA Cup. Yeah. They don't really need to be playing the first team against Southampton, though, do they? Harry Bloody Wilson, where's my bloody bike? I've opened all my presents. There's nothing here I like. Love it. Last 6 weeks from João Pedro, 49 points, Virgil 48, O'Reilly 45, Semenyo 43, and Bruno F 42. Yeah, last week though, Bruno beat them all. Haaland or Semenyo captain? Semenyo. Should I do Rice to Semenyo and Haaland to Hugo? Why not? That looks pretty good. I mean, I just took a -4. I think hits are fine. Hits have always been fine. It's just people don't like them. Well, the cartel don't like them because they just don't believe in hits in general. Whereas I think they're perfectly fine. I already have Haaland, Nketiah, Thiago. I have no idea which forward he would get. Honestly, I think that in your case, João Pedro's the way. Play 3-4-3 and buy Palmy tight Aussie. Neto's out. Yeah, no, I don't know. Return of the Obbo. Buying Frimpong or Hincapi. You're not buying Hincapi. He blanks him 31, so it's got to be Frimpong. I would not be buying either of them, to be honest. I actually think I'm playing the 3 best defenders in the game for this week. I think I've got the 3 best playing defenders in the game this week. Virgil, Canade, and Mateus Nunes. And a lot of people argue that it's Gabriel. Brighton are scoring against Arsenal. I'm very confident on that. Would you bench boost João Pedro, Hill, and Chalobah? No. I would never bench boost in a midweek game. Ever. There's always random benchings that happen or people missing out that you just don't expect. Do not be surprised. I wouldn't even be surprised if Thiago's benched tonight. I really wouldn't be surprised by that. I mean, that would be a different play, wouldn't it? If I took Thiago out and moved him for João Pedro. That is splitting the risk. That's splitting the risk. How many minutes did he play on the weekend? Played the full 90, though, against Burnley, didn't he? Sade got a little bit of a nice rest. He came off of 71 minutes played. He should be sweet. João Pedro over Munoz all day long. If I sold Haaland for a Nketiah, then I'll have 11 million in the bank. That's mad. I've got 6.7 million in the bank after my moves today. I'll play Gabriel against Brighton or Munoz against Spurs for the differential. Gabriel against Brighton or Munoz against Spurs. I'd play Munoz against Spurs. Yeah, I'd just play Munoz against Spurs. I think I'd go with the... Yeah. Estion Keane. Yep. Think I need to move Verts to give me best chance of 11 this week or flags. Chasing mini leagues. Attempted by Sharda, but I already have Thiago and Dango. If you've already got Dango and Thiago, I mean, it covers you. If Brentford score, you'd expect that one of your blokes is scoring. But that is high risk. High risk, high reward, isn't it? Where's me bite? Shardy got 20 points last time against Bournemouth. I also look at next week. Like, this Shardy move is not just this week. He's got Wolves at home, Leeds away the next 2 weeks. That has got to be the best high upside pick you can buy. And he does have that goal threat, and I've wanted to own him for a while. So I owned him last season, and he banged for me towards the back end of last year. I'm hoping he does the exact same thing this year. And if he does, it'll be absolute genius. I played Dubravka or Martinez. Captain Haaland and Bruno Vice, or Bruno Captain Haaland Vice. I would captain Bruno. I got 11.5 million in the bank. Nice. I think a lot of people are going to have a lot of money in the bank. Yeah, I'd do it for free. I don't know if I'd go for Palmer, though. Have you got an extra Liverpool spotter? Maybe go a Liverpool mid. Bench one out of Rice, Wilson, and João Pedro. Rice. Who's been a solid pick over many seasons? Bruno Fernandes. And I played FPL. I think this is my 6th year. Keep a steady head when all around are losing theirs. Captain Haaland. Yeah. Nah, there was no news. That's why I've moved Haaland out and why I've moved Verts out, because there was no news. That convinced me that either of them were definitely going to play or definitely not going to play. Dirty Dom unit incoming. Captain Sade locked. I'll be selling Haaland for a Nketiah for game week 31 to 34. I just don't like Ekitike. He blanks too much. Fair. My FPL team's like my footy team all injured. Honestly, I can't believe South Park have stolen away with a 1-0 win today. I mean, I actually have to look at that while I'm looking at it. I don't know how. I mean, like, I don't, like, South Park against the crap teams in the league. I barely scored a goal. Every time I play these crappy teams, I think, oh, I'll smoke them. I end up struggling to win. It's bizarre. Oh my God, the team below me. Oh no, they didn't. They won comfortably, as predicted. Ah, it's so annoying. I've got the bottom side tomorrow as well. I guarantee I'll struggle to beat them as well. Stupid. Absolutely stupid. It's just the way it is. I can't beat these teams easily. It's so annoying. In fact, it was a really weird, bizarre. In fact, actually, all the games were really close today. Maybe it was just one of them days where they just made the games all really close. I don't know. Bizarre. Really bizarre. Really, really bizarre. No, 67%. How many people already got rid of him? 10% already don't have him. 24% have sold him. Okay. That's interesting. Very interesting. I can see what happens this game. We can transfer Haaland and all the casuals, perma-captain Haaland and he bangs. Yeah, it could happen. I'm not going to lie. It could happen. At the same time, if it happens, it happens. And I still look at it as in like, even if he plays this week, right, and he bangs against Nottingham Forest, which he could. I'm not saying he's not going to. There is another world where he doesn't play and all of a sudden you've got a player that maybe bangs instead. Here you go, Ekitike looks like a fairly good bet if you're betting that particular way. The other thing to say is that obviously they've got Real Madrid either side of West Ham. Now, you would argue that he's probably more likely to be playing in the Real Madrid games than he is against West Ham. That would be my gut read on that. So for that reason, and then he blanks him 31. So if there is a time to sell him, it is probably this week. It's probably this week. And he's not... We don't even know if he's going to double yet. We just have to wait and see. But it would make a lot of sense. Of all the players to get rid of, he's probably the one this week. He's probably the one. And to be honest, if it turns out to work out pear-shaped, it is what it is. You just roll with it. Our manager is clueless. I don't know how I keep getting screwed over. In fairness, I've kind of run the team into the ground. Like, I've flogged the crap out of them in training. I've actually stopped training. I can't train anymore because or else I'm going to end up throwing a game that I shouldn't be throwing. Yeah, double Liverpool defence. And I thought it was going to bang last week against West Ham at home. Wolves away, it's another good fixture. You'd hope that they do. And then they've got Spurs at home. There is a possibility for a clean sheet. Creepy versus Nico O'Reilly. Let's go on with Nico O'Reilly. Yeah, City's fixture. I mean, they don't have any time off. They don't have any time off. Nah, no chance. I've made me moves. I am locked and loaded. I'm going to do nothing for the next 20 minutes. I'm going to sit here and answer whatever questions come in the chat. My team is locked. 100%. That is the team. That is the team. Yes, I've sold Hale and Oscar. So, yep, why not? Bruno captain or the DCL? Bruno captain. Is there a rest opinion in Footium? Ah, yes. So, actually, if you want to rest a player, just remove them from your lineup and don't select one. The game will automatically select a player that's at 100% fitness. They'll be massively lower rated, but you don't have to play a player. So I do that occasionally, like in in the Division 8 League 7 team of all the other boys. I've deliberately just played a random player that is 100% fitness in goals because I've only got one goalkeeper and I've had to rest him a couple of times. So that's what I do. I just leave the position unselected. Pink Sushi, thank you very much, Bateman. If you were a better rank, would you have made the same moves? Actually, I probably would have made even ridiculously more riskier moves if I was higher up because I'd want to win. I did risky stuff last year when I was in the top 5K. I was in the top 1K and I went completely different chip strategy last year. I went free hit game week 38. I was hoping for a late double for my triple captain. Unfortunately, didn't come in, which is that I got screwed over by Villa literally losing to Crystal Palace in the FA Cup last year. That ruined my entire chip strategy. But I went different because I wanted to win. Do I think Rice will start? Honestly, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I feel like he might, but you never know of Arteta. He blows a bunch of fluff out his ass. Ekatika, Semenyo captain. I think both will be fine. Let's ask the card. Ekatika versus Semenyo. Let's go on with Ekatika. Card, Palmer or Wang? It's gone Palmer. I was hoping it would go Wang. Which one of your 20 footy teams is your favourite? Probably Brittle City. Dorlington I just bought as a training club. I have no affiliation to them. I know that they won last season and they're kind of winning again this season and I kind of want them to win because they're winning. But if they don't win, I don't really care. They are literally exist. They exist to train players for South Park. Is it pink or something? This is 100% a pink shirt. Well, I think Rice will start as we see him or we lose the midfield batters fair. Hi Darius, would you sell Rogers? I got 1.9 to spend. I haven't Boomer and Fernandez in already. Yeah, I'd buy Semenyo. Who are the YouTubers captaining in case you checked? I have no idea who they've bothered to captain. I don't actually watch any other content creators' deadline streams. I have no interest in what they're doing. If they want to sit there and do their own moves, they can do their own moves. If the sheep want to follow them, they can follow them as well. I will do whatever the hell I want to do, and that's how I've always done it. Who would you be? Unlike Trig literally... Sorry, Trig, I'm throwing you under the bus. But Trig will literally go and watch FPL Harry to check what he does, and he'll captain the same player. That's what he does every single week. No word of a lie. He doesn't say it, but that's what he does. Who would you bench in this team? If there was no flags, I would probably bench boost Pickford, Petrovic, O'Reilly, Gabriel, Virgil van Dijk, Tarkowski, Bogle, Semenyo, Bruno, Wilson, Dango, Tavernier, Thiago, JP, Haaland. Wow. I would not bench boost because it's a midweek fixture. That's all I'll say on that. But if you, in terms of benching, you're benching Petrovic, Bogle, João Pedro, and Gabriel if there's no flags. Yeah, Gabriel, Bogle, and João Pedro, I think. Why are we all getting Ekitike? He blanked 3 games in a row with West Ham because of the fixtures. He's got Wolves, then he's got Spurs. Like, he's got literally 2 of the easiest teams in the league the next couple of games. Like, Spurs should not be a great fixture. They're almost a darker green than Wolves at the moment. They are horrendously bad. Goal fan final. What's his name? Tom said he captained his shoulder over your bicep earlier. Love it. Love it. Serious question. Should I buy Palmer for Gordon? No. No. Unbiased prediction, Man United win. Newcastle are crap. Can you answer my message? I'm so stuck for ideas, please. I thought I did. Shall I sell Haaland? Yes. You've got to want to do it though. Like I did it because I wanted to do it. That was the reason I needed. Like the yellow flag, I needed players to play. Easy sell. Darius, play Rogers or Ryan? I think there's goals in both games. I'm just glad I don't have a defender from either of those teams. I think I'd probably play Ryan. Yeah, I think he could score against Aston Villa as well. Yeah, I've got no doubt he can score, but I also think that the other 7 players can score as well. Star Ryan or Kevin Dewsbury Hall will give one of their places to Haaland. If you're keeping Haaland, you're playing Haaland from the start. I would start Kevin Dewsbury Hall over Ryan, though, for what it's worth. He just loves to pick. He's Trig doesn't watch my deadline streams because he knows I play risky football. He goes and watches Harry because Harry is the closest thing to risk-averse, boring football you'll get, which is why Trig goes and watches him. Less than 15 minutes, lock your teams, people. WhatsApp. Oh, man, I've got time to sift through all these messages on WhatsApp, man. Unless you've sent me a direct message, which maybe you have, I don't know. Maybe you've sent me this direct message. Is your message the one that says 1 free transfer, 0.7 in the bank? Am I looking at the right message? Am I looking at the right message here? Am I looking at someone else's message? Oh, what have we got here? I need to, actually, Sam sent me a message. Oh, mate, what's Murat sending me here? Yes, they are my game week. Yes, they are. They're my if you're watching, mate, they're my game week 29 predictions. That's why they're in there. Does Trig also send super chats to his boy Harry? Wouldn't know. Maybe. Surprisingly, Nightmare's unbiased prediction is the exact opposite. Yeah. Yes. Oh, okay. Sorry. All right. Let me have a look. Now I've had that confirmed. 1 free transfer. All right, your team, Gabriel, Tarkowski, Virgil, Alderete, they're all going to play. That's fine. Ray's going to play. That's fine. Bruno, Ryan, Tavernier, they're all going to play probably. Thiago plays. You've got João Pedro Anderson on the bench. Honestly, you could get away. I would play João Pedro over Rice and just see what happens. I wouldn't do anything with your team. I'd just do that. Rice to Dirty Dom. Oh, mate, no. I'd rather sit there and have a blanking player than bring in Dirty Dom. I would rather, honestly, if you gave me the choice of either playing with a 0 or bringing in Dirty Dom for a hit or Binderson for a hit or Ndai for a hit, or in fact, if anything, any of those 3 players, even for not a hit, I still wouldn't do it. I'd just play with a 0. I just don't like those players for FPL. I can't get on board. Wolves are fine off set pieces as well. So if they're fine off set pieces, where's Dirty Dom going to return? With a yellow card maybe and a -1? Maybe he gets a red card and gets a -3 again. Who knows? It is Dirty Dom for a reason, right? My pleasure, buddy. My pleasure, Oscar. Trick message to Harry. Should I sell that prick Wilson to a boring pen merchant? The answer would have been yes. Is Dewsbury Hall worth a hit? This is a punt this week. Yeah, don't mind it. Kill check. Darius plays Scott or Dango. Scott's the bloke that plays for Bournemouth, isn't he? I'd probably play Dango. I don't think Scott does anything. Rice to Kevin Dewsbury Hall might be my move. Yeah, don't mind it. That's a pretty good move, to be honest. This week, I did way up an Everton midfielder. But I felt like with the Everton midfielders, it was a 1-week punt. I'm not sure how I felt about the 1-week punt. I'm pretty happy. With 10 minutes left, I'm pretty confident in the team. I'm confident I've got decent bench coverage if some random bastard misses out. And I feel like the -4 has a chance of paying itself off. Watkins to Ekatike for a -4. Yeah, like it. Tick that one off. 100%. Yeah, I like that move. Watkins is just so unpredictable. I mean, Villa without Kamada and Tielemans just aren't very good. Thinking Rice and Marshall, Thiago and Kevin Dewsbury Hall. But a benching headache, 2 free transfers. I think they're 2 very good moves. I think I'd do them both. So when a captain and Boom over Bruno, do it then. Stack or Dango. I think Stack for the longer term is better than Dango. Like, Leeds fixtures through to the end of the season are brilliant. The problem is that Stack misses a bunch of games randomly. He's not the most durable in the world. Hi, Kevy, how are you? Do I start Rogers or Anderson of Forest? Yeah, I'd start that's a tough one. Anderson's 100% getting 4 points. 100% getting 4 points against Man City. It's just a matter of whether you think Rogers returns or not. If Rogers returns, he's beaten Anderson. That's all I'll say. Paper card, 120 quid, so he shaves that slug off his face so he can wear it as a moustache trophy. Start Anderson over Rice? No. Newcastle versus Man United, correct score. Yeah, I'm going for 2-3. That's correct. That's what I'm going for. 2-3. Yep, that's my plan. Last place prize for the mini league. Nah, because people keep joining every week that have just started their season, so that they'd automatically win. Now, should I start Wilson or transfer a DCL unit to start over him? I'd start Wilson. I'm still starting Wilson. If he doesn't play, I've got João Pedro off the bench. It's fine with that. One or Captain Semenyo. Card said Bruno over Semenyo. What do you think? Starting Sanchez, Timber, Gabriel, and Bruno captain. Wilson or Wavy, Haaland, Thiago, and Eki Tago, Dango, Hill, and João on the bench. Don't mind it. Don't think there's much wrong with that lineup. Yeah, looks fine. Keenan's brother, Kevin Dewsbury Hall. Yeah, for me, he's always going to be Kevin. I know his name's Kieran, but for me, he's always Kevin. Bench 3, Timber, Gabriel, Hill, Rogers, Cunha. I can't bench all 3 defenders, but that's what I would do. I'd bench Timber and Hill. Oh. And I think I'd probably bench Cunha. Trig's the only bloke I know who pulls his groin delivering letters. Should we buy him a bike? I like that. I reckon we should. Assuming Rice starts, Rice or João Pedro? João Pedro. Almost 5 minutes until the deadline. Any watch-alongs? There will be tomorrow. I'm probably going to go just back to sleep, to be honest with you. Start Petrovic or Dubravka? Petrovic. Oh, just be out squad, or you see him being sub? I don't see him being a sub. I think if he's in, he'll be playing. I don't see it well, but Wilson's either going to start or he's not playing. I think. I don't see him getting benched. I really don't see him getting benched. Thank you, sir. Best of luck with Bruno captaincy. Thank you very much. Can you ask the card, Ekatike captain or not? No. The card was super hot on Salah earlier on today. I just ignored it on that. I just think, I don't like the Salah shout. He might bang. He might. But it's something. I hope he bangs for Nightmare. But, yeah, nah. Can't be doing that. Can't be backing in someone I've said's been a fraud all season. Just because I've got the money to do it, I'd rather bench the money. Start Wilson or Dango? I'd still start Wilson. Locked and loaded, rolled to 4 free transfers. Love it. United game's the last game on Wednesday, but there's another game on Thursday. There's still be a chance points be adjusted. Yes, there's still chance for points from the Wednesday games to be adjusted. Yes, that is correct. The cartel making nasty moves again. Salah. Are they actually bringing in Salah? Are those frauds actually bringing in Salah? Bench 1, Ryan, Rice, Wilson, or João Pedro? It's got to be Rice. Shearer. Got to be Rice out of that lot. Where's Hello YouTube today? Probably sleeping. Nah, I don't know. He's probably working, to be fair. What time is it over in the UK? It's almost 4 o'clock. No, 6 o'clock. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where he is. Probably watching Harry or Andy. The sheep, got to follow the sheep, right? 4-horse race. What? Okay, I get what Marat's saying now. Where's good morning, peeps? Watching Harry, probably. Just woke up any leaks. Not that I'm aware of, Christian. Not that I'm aware of. All the leaks are that we don't really know much is the honest answer. Just sold Haaland for TK down 5.5 in the bank. Yeah, I know. What did I have? 6.7 million in the bank? It's insane how much money I've got in the bank. Everyone going Haaland captain is worrying. Harry on a hot date with the sheep. Are they actually all captaining Haaland? I mean, good luck to him. Good luck to him, honestly. I don't think Haaland does much against Nottingham Forest anyway, even if he does play. Start DCL unit on Somerville. I think I'd start Somerville. Start Tavernier or Rogers. Scared that this Rogers troll will hole. I think I'd start Tavernier. I think we'll have to follow the crowd and captain Haaland. Any watch-alongs this week? Yeah, tomorrow night, definitely 100% there'll be a watch-along. Tonight, we'll just see how we get on. It depends on, honestly depends on if I feel alive enough or not. Otherwise, I'm going to go back to sleep probably. Well, I've been struggling with sleep all week. Starting Haaland, but Ekitike captain, nice. My gut says Bruno, my senses say Haaland, fair. I would ignore what other people are doing. That's what I've been doing all season. And if you think that's the person that scores the most points, that's why I ended up on Bruno last week. Because I just thought he would score the most points. Turns out I was right. This week, I think it is wide open, by the way. I think you can pick a bunch of players and hope that they all bang. Start the Bravker or Kelleher. I'd play Kelleher, I think. Anyway, stuck on who to captain over Bruno in last 5 games. Newcastle, yeah. 14 Wolves, conceded 9. So it's pretty even. So Bruno's got a very good chance there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Newcastle have got issues. Let's cook the unit. Yep. Captain Salah again. I hope he doesn't blank again. Fair. I think I'll stick with Bruno again. Newcastle are just terrible. Love seeing the Liverpool play. I know. I can't believe I sold Verts, Kanji. It killed me. I really wanted to hold him for game week 30, but I need to make sure players are playing. So Haaland's gone, Ekitike's in, and we're just hoping the hit pays off, baby. I mean, I've got such good track record with the hits this season. It seemed like the no-brainer move, and we're going to go with Kevin Sade and hope that he bangs this week again. So, touch wood, he does. We've got about 2 minutes to the deadline now. Make sure your teams are locked in. I feel like Liverpool drew a clean sheet, hopefully. Newcastle conceding a lot at home last season. How hard to break down this season. I know, and there's no Bruno Guimaraes. No Bruno Guimaraes either, and that's concerning. The deadline, yep, 40-odd seconds to go, folks. Make sure you got it done. Make sure you press save. Have I pressed save? Yes, there'll be no refreshes on the D unit stream, boys and girls. It's as is. As is. No need to panic. We did the panicking about 40 minutes ago, so that way we could have a stressful end of the stream. Sorry, a non-stressful end of the stream. Got to get it right, D unit. Bruno captain sealed, love it. Good luck, everyone. Yep. Hopefully I've got this right. Hopefully the -4 pays off again. There we go. It's just hit 2 a.m. in the morning. That should be the deadline. Kanji's in the house. He's a Uniter. I've gone rogue this week. Haaland, Rice, and Van Heck to Solanke, Salah, and Frimpong. -8. Don't mind it. No deadline drama here. No deadline drama here. D-Unit. I mean, last season there was a lot more deadline drama because I had no idea what I was doing last year, making content for the first time. This year I've been way more prepared for deadline streams. I know what I'm going to do, and most of the time I've done it well before I've started the deadline stream, and then normally it's just come down to whether I change captaincy. That quite often has gone poorly, so I'm backing the card in here because originally I had Semenyo captain, Bruno vice, but I've changed it tonight and going with Bruno captain and Semenyo vice and hoping I've got it right. So yes, bye-bye Haaland. Got to love the kanji up. Got to end that vote there, by the way. Stop that. Team is just set it just for waiting for those green arrows. Yep. Look at that. No 65% yes. 25% sold him. 10% already didn't have him. That's a lot of people got rid of him. I joined the Haaland Deweka Teacock gang. Nice. Very, very nice. FPL Ryan, Captain Kevin Dewsbury Hall. Love it. How much do you bench? Good question. I love Chris Wood. Good question. Hopefully not many points. I mean, part of me's kind of hoping Wilson doesn't play and I get João Pedro off the bench. But I'm happy regardless with the way it's gone. Captain Haaland rolled my transfer, 4 yellows, fair. Andy's kitchen garden. That's brilliant. Sold Haaland for Katike Rice for Sade. Thanks for making that decision possible. For me, it just seemed like a good move to me. That's why I did it. I sold Haaland and Rice to Katike. I love it. Haaland Gooey out. Thiago and DCL in. Yes. Any chances? You'll be happy to hear I went for Sade instead of dirty 2-point Dom. I hope he doesn't go crazy over the next few weeks. Please have a word with him. Just looked at Andy FPL chat and his comments are full of people asking who texted him at 2 minutes to the deadline. Ryan, Captain Kevin Dewsbury Hall, love it. I also bought in Sade this game week. Good luck all apart from my D unit cup opponent, CC average FPL guy. Good luck, Big D. Enjoy the games. Yeah, I'm hoping you enjoy the games. I mean, that feels pretty good. All right, on that note, ladies and gents, thanks very much for joining. I know it was a slightly shorter stream than normal, but that is to enable me to get as much sleep as humanly possible because it is midweek, and midweek, when a deadline is at this time of the night, is literally worse than hopping on the pubcast at this time of the night. So hopefully you've all appreciated that. Hopefully you all get green arrows, and hopefully if you took a hit like me, you get rewarded and not punished for it. With a little bit of luck, that's the way it goes. I mean, the good news is my players should outscore Wirtz because Wirtz is 100% not playing. So then it comes down to, will they outscore Haaland and a blank? And if they do by 4 points, it was well worthwhile. With that being said, I'll see you all very, very soon. Thanks for watching. I've been the Dean. There'll definitely be a watch along tomorrow. Tonight,